Hello, friends. It's Chop. Yes, Olivia. That question is yes.
You know what? I gotta say, not all incels are men. The femcel has risen. Soon there will be cells in all sectors of American life, and you can no matter what happens, there will soon be old cells. There will be mom cells. There will be cousin cells. No demographic will be safe. Even people in community theater will not have each other.
The most popular video game will be Free Cell.
Yeah, but I mean, the homies. Whether you're trans or not, sometimes the homies just need to help out the homies.
I mean, okay. What countries do we know of where it's more acceptable for a group, let's say a group of male friends, to fuck each other? That's a lot of countries where it's like, okay, this isn't gay. We're just helping out our friend. But some of those countries are also very homophobic and transphobic. So I don't know whether it's transitioning or just, a group of male friends fucking each other, whatever it is. I don't know if it always helps social conditions.
I actually along this line of inquiry. You know what I was fascinated to learn the other day? The European country with the highest percentage of acceptance of trans people is a surprising one, because France, oh boy, they do not like trans people there. It's very low. England, way higher than you may think, despite what you see in the media. But according to the statistic I saw, the European country with the highest level of acceptance of trans people is Spain.
Not totally surprising, though.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
This is kind of a follow-up to this one, or at least in the same realm. This is from Johnny Z.
Yeah, hey, can you guys tell me how to eat pussy? Thanks. Bye.
Well, this listener clearly needs to smoke more weed. First problem.
It's very simple. You recite the hadiths with your tongue.
Listener, the art of eating pussy is very similar to the art of Chinese calligraphy. You're painting with a wet brush.
I would say that it's kind of like jazz. It's about the notes that you don't play. And by that, I mean it's about actually being good at pipes. So you don't have to do that.
Well, I mean, some of us would prefer to, get the whole did she climax or not out of the equation before pipe gets being laid, so that you can enjoy laying pipe and not having to think about, is this working or not?
Yeah. Women's sexuality, people are like, oh, well, the female orgasm, the G-spot, the clit, are they real? Are they not? Can we find them? We don't even know where to begin with it. It might as well be the ocean, where we've only explored 5% of it. What is a woman's favorite thing to masturbate to? Oh, my kind of ugly community college history professor who told me that I was 5 minutes late to 4 classes in a row. That's the thing I've masturbated to for 17 years straight. Do I know why they do it? No. Do you? No. Do they know why they do it? No. So, play it by ear, because you're not going to figure it out.
I would say don't approach the act of cunnilingus like a golden retriever attacking a bowl of kibble.
Oh, God.
you gotta build it up. You can't go straight for the clit. You gotta take your time. Don't take too much time though. I mean, the clit. I mean, that's what's gonna get the job done. But you can't just go ham on that right away.
That is okay. You want to talk about something on the internet that got better? 10 years ago, the internet was filled with men in Wu-Tang Clan t-shirts who were always bragging about how much they loved eating pussy. And according to testimonials from several women who I am friends with on a platonic basis, they've told me that those types of guys slobbered all over and didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, and the guys who were like, yo, I love eating pussy. I eat pussy for hours, yo. It's like, you're not doing the job right.
Yeah.
You're not doing the job right.
Long.
If it takes longer than 10 or 15 minutes, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong. Get in, get out. It's like the Navy SEALs,
Yeah. All the guys who say my dude now, they were making Fave Star posts about how much they loved eating Snatch, and they did not make a single woman happy.
Try out the asshole too. It's great.
It was like, do you remember that children's story where the husband lies to the wife about how much he loves lentil soup, and the wife lies to the husband about how much she loves making it?
Oh,
and they're
right.
both lying to each other about how happy it makes them, and then they realize they're just doing it to make the other one happy, because the husband pours the soup into his galoshes, and the wife hates making it. That's kind of what eating pussy is like.
Yeah, and to our heterosexual male listeners out there, there's a few of you, I understand, but look, just take the pressure off of yourself. As long as you nut, it's a successful sexual experience. Okay, don't the pressure's off you.
You'll get more yelled at for not nutting than not making the woman nut.
Next question. This is from somebody who identifies as Gum Worldwide.
Okay.
Hey, Chapo. I just wanted to ask, how do you guys stay engaged in politics without just losing all hope? And what would you recommend for young people in order to cope with, copious amounts of just overloading information on all cylinders at all times, in every way, in every direction?
Okay, I'll kick this one off. I'll give my semi-joking answer and then a semi-serious one. My semi-joking answer is how do you imbibe politics and culture? Like, how do you take on so much without being driven insane or resorting to despair? I truly think that even in the peaceful moments of one's day, that you should meditate upon being dead. Being ripped apart by arrows, rifles, and spears, you should come to regard yourself as already dead. And that is the way to just stay chill about everything, honestly. I know my semi-serious answer, though, is just like the thing that stops you from feeling despair or having some sort of information overload is having, I think, real people in your life, real interests, real responsibilities that sort of anchor you to your own life and not things that are like wildly out of your control or that, just appear as these kind of zephyrs that come across your internet feed. And it's just also to keep a sense of humor about everything. It's a gallows humor, but I think it's one of great importance for being able to, just exist in reality. The things that are the worst are often the things that are the funniest.
I mean, something that helps me personally is that I remember conditions for the left in America being far worse, which that may seem unbelievable for people who are younger, but believe me, it did used to be a lot worse, a lot more grim, and a lot more marginal. There is no longer a singular exciting electoral goal like Bernie 2016 or 2020. We don't have that looming specter like we did in the interim years, this thing to be excited about. But there are things to be optimistic about, whether it's organized labor or the thing that no one should follow, local politics. But I think that despair comes from following things minutely, following things that are ephemeral, and following them on a 24-hour cycle. If you want to stop despairing about things, stop following them to minute, unfollow every news thing on Twitter except for that one Chinese newspaper that posts things like
the monkey with one hand that's taken care of by that old nun in a sort of Shinto monastery or whatever.
Yeah, that account doesn't post any news. It's all just like elephant stares in amazement at beautiful waterfalls.
That's good media.
That's good news. But seriously, you should take somewhat of a longer view. Avoid the 24-hour news cycle. Be informed, but read entire articles and just don't think that you instantly have to have an opinion to take or a final idea, or so definitely don't get a final solution for anything. Don't think of those. Don't think you have to solve everything once you see it immediately. Give yourself a break and have things in your life that do not depend on whether, Steve Wampums beats Craig Aldi's in the election.
And, you could say it's nihilistic or one way or another, but you could also take solace in the very likely possibility that this is anything that will happen has already happened, regardless of what you did or didn't do. But we have no choice but to act as though we do have a choice.
Pretend to be surprised.
Yeah.
You know what the point of the game Dark Souls is? The point is, even if the world ends, and people love talking about the world ending, why do we go to work if blah, 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 blah.